Hello students, Instructor here, John Mandela with another screencast. This one about the soda can project. So you have your label here, and there's a few things we really should do just to make sure our file is set up the best way possible to go about this. So I'm here in my layout, and you see that I have all this going. I have everything unlocked right now except for the guides. I don't really need to copy any guides, so I can leave that layer locked. Also, before I copy and paste this into my template file, what I want to do is see if I have any images from Photoshop. I need to make sure those are embedded in the document. So here's how I do that. See, if I just hover over any image, so this kind of bursty background is from Photoshop. If I hover over any image and I see that X, I click on it, I can see right here it says soda can underscore burst. So this is a placed file from Photoshop. Now I'll see this embed button. I'm going to click on that, and visually the only thing I'll see different is that X won't be through the middle. That means that that image, that document is now placed inside my Illustrator file, so it's essentially now part of the Illustrator file. So it's not linked anymore. So now what I can do is I have that. I can select all of this, and again this will copy everything except the guides, which I don't really need. I'm going to edit, copy. Then I'm going to go here into the actual 3D template, right, with these shapes. I'm just going to go up here and edit, paste this. I don't really need to worry about the layers in this 3D document. Now that I've got this, what I can do is I'm going to go to my symbols panel, which I've opened right here. I can simply take all of this as one selection and drag it into the symbols panel, and I'll ask you to make a new symbol name. I'm going to call this label 1, and I'll click OK. Now that's the way to do it, and for most of you that'll probably work just fine. For some of you that have really intricate layouts, there's lots of little pieces everywhere, this technically will work, but it may really choke up in the processing of it when it's trying to attach it to the soda can. So one thing you can do is I'm going to go back here, do edit, copy. Then I'm going to go into Photoshop. And when I'm in Photoshop, I'm going to go to File, New, and it's going to think for a bit. And when it's done, you'll notice it's made something. Well, what is the resolution of 200? These dimensions are the dimensions of that document. So we'll just leave it like this. This is, well, actually twice the size that it needs to be, but it's the right proportion. That's what's important. So we'll go with it. I can even change this to RGB to make it smaller. I'll click OK. Notice it's that wide shape, and then I'll paste it in here as pixels, and I'll hit OK. I can see it's like this. Now just hit the check mark over here. That'll lock it down. For whatever reason, I decided to have all this other area, but no problem. I'm going to control click if I'm on a PC, or if I'm on a Mac, I would command click. It makes a selection of just the contents of that layer, and I'll go to image and crop it. And I can select, deselect. I'll go to the layers. Oops, I can go to layer, flatten image way at the bottom of that. I'm just going to go File, Save As, and I would just call this label2.tiff. I'll save that there, and I'll hit OK. So once I've done that, what I would do is I would go back to Illustrator. Now I'm working again on the one with the cans in it, and now I just go File, Place, and look for that image I just saved, which is right here, label2.tiff. I'd place it in here. Again, I see that X, that means it's linked, so I need to click embed. Then I'll embed it into the document, and then I could take this and drag it into the symbols panel. I'm going to call this label 2. Hit OK. So, if you want to try both of them, which either works better for you and faster in the processing of the 3D part, is fine with me. It'll look exactly the same. So stay tuned for the next part.